What's going on, everybody? So today I want to talk about Staff of Herding. Now, there's been a couple of videos out there on this topic, but my knowledge here is actually reflective of some of the comments that you guys have left. I posted a video on how this took me about 8 hours to farm a specific piece, 10 hours in total. And so I've used a lot of the methods that, or rather a lot of the suggestions that you all made in the comment section, and I wanted to do sort of a guide on how to get it the fastest ways possible, because there's a lot of things that I didn't even know that might have helped me in my journey to the Staff of Herding. So without further ado, let's dive into it, starting off with the recipe. So this is going to be in order of how easy to difficult each piece is to find. But the first thing you're going to want to find is Iswal. This person, this boss up here in Act 4 in the Silver Spire level 1, is going to drop the plan for the Staff of Herding. This is very, very simple. You just go and kill it, and it should drop your Staff of Herding recipe. Once you get it, the next step is to go ahead and head over to Squirt, the peddler in Act 2, and you're going to find Wirt's Bell. Just buy it. First two of 5 steps complete. These things literally will take you about 30 seconds to pick up the Wirt's Bell, and then maybe like a couple minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes to pick up the plan. So very, very simple and very, very easy. Let's move on to the first somewhat difficult part, the Leoric Shinbone. So the Leoric Shinbone is a pretty easy one, guys. Leoric's Manor Courtyard, you're going to head over here, and you're going to head straight to the room off into the side after you enter the Leoric's Manor. So you're going to head over to the Manor Courtyard, and then head into the manor in Act 1, and then you're going to head straight over to this room on the right-hand side, and then you're going to look right here, and if you see a pile of burnt logs, boom, look at that, we found it on our first try. That is not normal. Usually you're going to have to do it like 10 times. If you don't find the burnt logs, you aren't going to find it, which means you're going to have to reset the game, head back in, and head to the same spot over and over again. Again, look for those burnt logs, and you'll find Leoric Shinbone when you do find those. Cathedral level 1 is where the black mushroom is. So here we are for the black mushroom. I decided to run a couple games to show you all what I'm looking for, but this is the first one where it starts to get a little difficult, and it could take you 20, 30, 40 minutes. Not super long, but it can take you some time. Also, for the black mushroom and the liquid rainbow, as far as I know, you can actually share it with a group. The Gibbering Gemstone, I do know this, you cannot share that with a group. Now, you can farm it as a group to help you save some time, but if one of you finds it, there's no guarantee that all of you are going to get it. So that's super important to know, which means if you find the black mushroom, you can invite people to your game, pick up the black mushroom so 4 people get it, if you are interested in being a little generous today. But there's a few things here. This is where it starts to get to some of the collaborations with a lot of comments and things like that, because these are new ways that I did not know existed. First off, the first thing you're going to want to look for is a room that looks like this room right here. You see this square room that has 2 openings to the southeast and southwest here. This is what the type of room you're looking for, okay? Not only that, but you're also looking, generally speaking, towards the bottom left of the map, but it can be, towards the bottom. Obviously, it's not really going to be towards the top, generally, is what I found, but that's what also some other people have reflected. Now, the third thing is that if you find the level 2 cathedral and you find that there is going to be some sort of spiral staircase to level 2, that is super important to notice, because if there's a spiral staircase to level 2, then you will not find that room that we're looking for. But let me just go ahead and head over to this room. I just found it, and we're gonna see if we have the black mushroom. And look at that, dang guys, we just got 2 for 2 here. This is the first one I found. But this room right here, we're gonna find the black mushrooms in the room that looks like this. And you'll find the black mushroom not every time, but sometimes it'll be in that place, and it will only be in this room, but not all the time. So you don't want to look anywhere else on the map. You'll have to look for this type of room. Look at that, 2 for 2, pretty lucky right off the bat. Let's jump into the liquid rainbow. So starting out with the liquid rainbow, we're gonna be heading to Act 2. In Dogger Oasis, we're gonna be looking for the mysterious cave. Now, if you have a bounty that says clear the mysterious cave, that is amazing. It's going to immediately send you to the mysterious cave and guarantee you that you're gonna get into the mysterious cave. Now, when you get here, you're going to head towards the south part of the map, and ooh, look at that little plant exploding, almost proccing my cheat death. We're going to head straight south, essentially, and you're going to want to look for a little bit of sort of an alcove or like an area that branches off, and you'll find this area right here. Now, this little area with this wooden door, this is where you're going to find the mysterious cave. But in order for you to access the mysterious cave, you must find someone that's standing here. Someone will stand here, and then you come in here, clear out some monsters, and then you're able to access the mysterious cave. Now there's 2 locations on this map for the mysterious cave. One, usually around directly south. I don't know why I was walking there. And the other one sort of to the south and a little bit to the west, although sometimes it doesn't. Honestly, I've not been able to find the second area sometimes. I find that finding that second alcove can sometimes be a little bit more tricky than just restarting the game. But generally speaking, it's going to just wrap around towards the west here and the south area, and you'll find it in that direction. But you can see here again, I don't actually see the other alcove. You might have to move a little bit towards the east. I might have found the cave a little bit towards the west. So let's look a little bit towards the east here and see if we can find the alcove. But again, as I mentioned, I find it that it's typically easier just to go and find one alcove, and then as soon as you found that one, just move on to the next map if you have not seen the mysterious cave. And you can see here I'm looking literally around the entire map and I cannot find that second alcove. So to me, what I found easier was not even going for that second alcove that people talk about, because that ended up wasting more time for me than just going for the first one. Okay, so that'd be my advice for you all, is to not even bother looking for that second alcove. Just go straight south, find that first alcove, and then move on to the next map if he's not in there. I will go ahead and reset the map to see if I can find one with the mysterious cave so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So I ended up restarting the game a couple times, but we did get a bounty for the clear the mysterious cave. So this is a perfect example of what I want to show you all. Follow the arrow on the map. That's going to head you straight towards the bounty location. So we're going to head straight towards that yellow arrow. And that's where we're going to find the access point to the mysterious cave and that alcove that I was talking about. So I'm going to head roughly south, and we're gonna eventually reach it. Dang, this one's very far south. Actually, this is the farthest south I've ever gone, I think, for any of the maps. But there we go. We went all the way to south, and you're gonna find this mysterious man right here, and you're gonna have to kill off a couple of people to the side sometimes. And then once you kill off all the creatures, he's gonna spawn the little question mark or exclamation point, and you're gonna talk to him, and then he'll open the cave for you all. So check that out. Boom, he'll spawn the cave, and now you're gonna farm the mysterious cave. You're gonna look around for something called the mysterious chest. It is typically a glowing yellow chest if you're curious, but I recommend checking every single inch of this place to see if you could find the mysterious chest. And hold on, maybe we'll go 3 for 3 here and find the mysterious chest as well on the first try. We'll see if we're able to. Again, check every little corner of this place because you never know where it'll spawn. And it looks like we went through all of that. We could not find it. Let's head back this way. Again, make sure you're checking every single little crevice on level 1 and level 2 because it can spawn on both. And we're gonna run through here, and look at that. Boom, we found it. Mysterious chest. Dang, we're 3 for 3, guys. I've literally been recording for about 20 minutes, so I've done all 3 of these in 20 minutes. That's pretty crazy, because initially it took me about 2 hours to do this whole process, just because of how difficult it was. But here we go. Mysterious chest. You're gonna open it, and bam, liquid rainbow. Boom, there we go. So that is the next requirement and the next most difficult. Again, my tip is just to look for that first alcove, and if you don't find it, reset the game. It's about the same time as it takes you to go run south or run west and look for that other area. I find that it's a little bit more tricky, and you'll spawn potentially more bounties that'll help you get to that level 2 mysterious cave. Again, it doesn't spawn in every map, and even if you do get the mysterious cave, there's no guarantee that it'll be there, but it's a pretty good chance. So just check every crevice and you'll find it eventually. Let's move on to the most horrific requirement, the Gibbering Gemstone. All right, so the first thing about this Gibbering Gemstone is, again, you cannot group up with parties and all loot it, but you can group up with parties and all search different areas, and I'll explain what that means in just a second. Second thing is, if you see a bounty that says clear Icefall Caves or defeat Glacier or something around the term Glacier, do not even bother heading to the Bridge of Corsic in Act 3, because that's where Chiltara is. you need to find something that says clear the caverns of frost or literally kill Chiltara bounty. Those ones are great. Or you can just check the map yourself without any bounties and see if there's a caverns of frost. If you find Icefall caves, you will not see Chiltara. That's the first thing, or the second thing. The third thing is I've heard rumors about people finding it easier on normal. So because, T16 doesn't really give you a ton of XP on, when you start to get those higher paragons, you may just want to consider dropping it down to normal so you have a really chill time and potentially have a better drop rate. The fourth thing is people have said that it's 100% chance to find Chiltara in the Act campaigns. This is super big because when you do find the Caverns of Frost, there's no guarantee that Chiltara is there. And then even if you do kill Chiltara, there's no guarantee that the Gibbering Gemstone will drop. So you have a 50-50 shot essentially to get the Caverns of Frost. Then you have like a 70 to 80% chance to find Chiltara. Then you have like a 5% chance to drop the Gibbering Gemstone, as far as I'm seeing. So if you add up all those, you start to end up with like a 1% drop rate. So you have to kill Chiltara like 100 times, which is pretty ridiculous. But if you want to go ahead and go through the acts and potentially make your life a little bit easier, or if you're someone that has already done the campaign, then go for the Chiltara in campaign because it's potentially going to be a little bit easier for you to find it. So we're going to jump into game here and I'll explain the method once you do get into the map, because those are all just tips before we even jump into the map. We have to find what we're looking for. Okay, so what we're going to find when we enter Act 3, assuming there's no bounties or anything like that, is you're going to enter sort of the bottom left of where you need to look. You're going to head north always, okay? And what I like to start off is sort of a clockwise motion around the map. You're going to head straight north and then a little bit to the west, and you're going to find the first cave. Look at that. And look at that. That's the Caverns of Frost. So you're going to find this first cave. Now there are 6 caves across the map. Each cave, there's only 1 cave that will spawn, but there's 6 cave potential spawns. And so you have to check each one because there's only going to be 1 cave, but there's 6 potential spawns. And again, if this says Icefall caves, back out. There's no chance that Chiltara will be there. However, the other cave spawning locations are kind of where these debris are. So there's going to be potentially 1 here. And if we go a little bit more north, there's also going to be 1 more location where the caves can spawn right here. And then if we head to the southeast, we're going to find we have to go around here. Again, we have to go in a kind of a clockwise motion. There's going to be a cave potential spawn location here. And then again, if we go a little bit to the west, there's going to be 1 here. And then again, if we continue going to the west, there's going to be 1 potentially here. Okay, so that's where you're going to find all the different caves. And we're going to head, watch me get the Gibbering Gemstone first try here. Go 4 for 4 on all of the resources. But as soon as you find the Caverns of Frost, you're going to immediately head to the second level. Okay, it's very important that you do this because you're not going to find Chiltara on the first level. And I'm going to try not to kill on the level 2 because I want to show you all what Chiltara looks like. Because if you're like me and you watch some videos and you're like, what the heck is the most efficient way? And you see them, they may have killed Chiltara too fast. And you may be like, what the heck does Chiltara look like? Did I kill them? And that was always a tricky thought for me. So I want to show you all what Chiltara actually looks like. Also, if you're also like me, use this time to farm some gems. Make sure you run with a broken crown on your follower, so that way you can actually get some sort of value from farming. So usually Chiltara will be at the very, very edge of the map. And you can see right here, this is what Chiltara looks like. It's usually going to be by a resplendent chest or the backing out portion of the map. Ooh, okay, I got to kill people, guys. But that's what Chiltara looks like right there. So make sure to go ahead and come in here, and then you're going to kill her. And hopefully you drop the Gibbering Gemstone. It's a very low chance, but it will eventually drop. I promise you. If you're feeling that self-doubt where you've been farming it for like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever it is, it will drop, I promise you. I know, because I farmed it for 8 hours straight on T16 in this same exact method, and I thought I was going crazy. I thought it wouldn't drop, but I promise you it will eventually drop. The only thing is, expect this to take 2 to 3 hours on average. That is the average. Some people have gotten way earlier, and some people have taken 8 hours. And in fact, I've seen people take 24 hours straight of grinding. On my last video, when I posted it took me 8 hours. Some people commented like, dang, dude, it took me 13. It took me 14. It took me 24. So there's all sorts of different times. It is an RNG mechanic. So hopefully you get it as soon as possible. But if you do not, I'm rooting for you. And you're not alone. Trust me, it will eventually show up. I promise you. So that's going to be the entire Staff of Herding, guys. And once you get all the materials, you can head over to the blacksmith, hit the forge weapons, and obviously head over to the staff, and you'll find the Staff of Herding. And if you see here, whoops, wrong transition there, but we have almost all 5 parts except for the Gibbering Gemstone. So pretty cool that we managed to pick them all up in the video here, because I'm not going to sit there and potentially farm 8 hours again to show you all the Gibbering Gemstone. But it will show up eventually, I promise. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Hopefully you find it as soon as possible, and hopefully you're able to finish the altar as soon as possible. If this helped you, be sure to give the video a like. If you guys want to see more Diablo 3 content, be sure to sub to the channel, and I hope you all have a great day. See you for the next one.